Everyone, cheers.
Hello, cheers and welcome to tea time. Yummy.
What are you drinking today?
I have today a chamomile, I don't know how to pronounce that word, chamomile lavender. It's a combo. So there it is, that's from Celestial. It's I don't know how to describe that. It's kind of sweet to me. It's caffeine free and it's chamomile and lavender, only two ingredients. It's pretty basic, but yeah, it's good.
So you're gonna have a restful afternoon because those are like calming herbs.
Sure.
And I'm excited. Actually, I'm growing both chamomile and lavender. I've got them over there on the stand growing. So hopefully I can have my own mixture next year to make our own tea. That'll be kind of cool if it survives.
Why wouldn't it?
Because chickens and weather, and we'll see.
We'll see. All right. What have you got for tea?
I'm doing just a detox tea today. So in the membership program that I run, April was all about detoxing. So I'm still sticking with my detox as we go through the rest of the month of April. So this one has I think I've had it before: dandelion root, milk thistle seeds, peppermint, burdock root, bitter fennel seeds, dandelion leaves, and artichoke leaves. So a little bit of everything to help support your liver. So again, some of these, like the dandelion root, well, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but I did harvest some dandelions from our lawn, and then I washed and dried the root, and then I used the leaves. So we've been eating some of those. They're all gone. And even the root that I dried, I was just putting it in my teas every day. So it's gone. So I have to go and harvest some more. So maybe I can get out and do that today.
No shortage of dandelions.
No, but I do like the leaves. Like they're not flowering yet. So I like to leave some for the bees to come up. So yeah. So that's what I'm having. Very mild tea, but nice to have during the day for sure.
Cool. And we're still, so this is the final video on detoxing. So we're going to talk about detoxing your environment or yourself within your environment. So we'll get to that. But before that, did you want to share what's new?
Sure.
Or what's coming up?
What's coming up? What's new? So the weather's been beautiful here. So we've been spending lots of time. Well, it's good days and bad days, but we're going to take our good days.
Yeah, it's spring, it's going to rain.
Yeah. So we, it was actually fantastic. Got lots of gardening done on the weekend, putting up fences to keep chickens out, putting some stuff in the ground, and we set up the badminton net and the volleyball net. So we spent a lot of Sunday outside doing that. So that was, that was fun. It was fun to get back into it. I was a little sore yesterday from all the gardening. My back was really sore from bending over. Just wasn't used to it. So that's been fun. Still, keeping up with that and moving along with that. But in terms of what's new with Zeal for me, that is, I'm focusing on this week, getting our my March Eat, Heal, Thrive May. My May Eat, Heal, Thrive membership going. So April we did detox, and then in May we're focusing on protein, carbs, and fat. So we're focusing on those macronutrients. So if you're ever thinking like, how much protein do I need? How many carbs do I need? What kind of fat should I be eating? This is a really good program for you to join, just to learn how much protein you need for your body. Where do the carbs and fat fit in? What kind of carbs and fat should I have? And that just will help improve your metabolism and help with your metabolic health. So signups are, this week. So if you're interested, let me know. And what's up with you?
It's good. I had a couple energy medicine sessions last week. We're not just going to share the results of one. This individual was describing some foot pain, and so we worked through the energy session and worked on the chakras. There was one in particular that was out of balance, which I kind of guessed that might be. The person was thinking of another one. Anyway, when we looked at them at the beginning, one was out, which the one I was kind of contemplating. and then the other was not. Anyway, we worked on that. We worked around the foot a little bit, but just getting the balance of the chakras then balanced. I felt that was going to be beneficial. So that was 3 or 4 days ago. So I got a message from this individual this morning, just mentioning that that they were thankful for the foot pain that is no longer there. That's kind of resolved. Yeah, so it was interesting. It was a little bit different, right? Foot pain, and not like fascia in your foot, but sort of on the top of the foot, in a kind of an odd spot. But anyway, that was interesting. That was fun. That was a good session. So and I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, and it's interesting when we think about how pain manifests in the body, because we looked at why would, what are some emotions around foot pain, and when we think about our feet, they like take us forward, like we take these steps forward, right? And after talking with her, she was saying that she was needed to take these steps forward, but there was a little bit of hesitancy there. And so, maybe it's connected, that emotion leading to that foot pain. But anyway, clearing some of those energy blockages can really help. So it would actually be interesting to talk to her to see how she feels about taking that step forward now as well.
Yeah. And there was some conversation during and post energy session in and around that topic. So I think that alone, the discussion of that idea and that topic probably had a little bit of benefit as well. But yeah, it was a good session. It was cool. a little different from some of the others I've done. So yeah, that was cool. That was new. Yeah.
Awesome. And then we've got some stuff up on the website as well, right? Some new classes.
Right. Tricia recorded a couple of new classes a couple of weeks ago, but we were just working on the timing. Anyway, they're now available on the website. They're Tabata, which is a form of strength training with a little bit of cardio mixed in. So we're working on shorter intervals of working hard for about a 20-second time frame, and through a variety of exercises with minimal rest, like a 10-second rest period. So that one was up.
But the 10-second rest is really the transition to go from one exercise to the other. So it is rest, but it's actually just only giving you 10 seconds to transition, which some of them, if you're going from a squat to laying down doing a chest press, you need 10 seconds to put the weights down from your squat, grab the weights for your chest press, lay yourself down and get in position to go. So yeah, it was quick. It was fun. I loved it. I loved doing it. It was like high energy, 16 minutes, full body workout. It's fantastic. And you need, I think for that one, you need a ball, but you don't have to use a ball. You can always just use a floor and a set of weights, and that's it. You're ready, good to go. A little bit of cardio thrown in there. Yeah, it was fun.
So that's in addition to the strength channel. And the other one you put out were recorded and we put out was on the yoga channel, which was you described it as a lower body energy activator. I think I took the liberty of shortening that title.
Oh, did you?
By one word on the website, just because it was so long to fit in. Anyway, that's out there too. So there's a couple more. And I've yesterday in my mind, I was, and not just in my mind, in my notebook, I was writing down some more ideas for another new class, and I'm not sure where to. I think this is going to end up being a strength class as well, but maybe with a little more of a focus of how we can incorporate some energy movements that will benefit your energy systems as well. So I'm hoping to finalize that in my notebook and in my head, and maybe get that out for you in the next couple of weeks. So
fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move along to detoxing in your environment. So there's loads of ideas on this, but we'll share some and help you with some ideas, and then if you have more questions, then certainly reach out and we'll try to clarify, or if you will have other things that you do yourself that maybe we're not mentioning and you want to share, by all means let us know. Maybe we can do a blog on it or something coming up in the near future. You want to, we got a big list here.
We got a big list. Let's start with like self-care. So things that soaps that you use to wash your body with, any facial products you use, so even like soaps, cleansers, makeup, creams, that sort of thing, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo and conditioner. Yeah, so all of those beauty products, right, contain ingredients.
Yes.
And some of those ingredients are clean and some of them are not clean. And so it's important just to take a look at what's in your beauty products. And when you apply things, especially to your face, like your skin is an organ that is absorbing. So when you're applying all of these things to your skin, which are beauty products, may actually be causing more toxins to get into your body. And then your body has to do all of this work to filter all those toxins out. So if you can start with a clean product, then we don't put the stress on our body. So a couple of things we use a shampoo from a company called Amusing Oil. It's from Woodstock. My sister emusing
as in emus.
Yeah, as in emus. My sister-in-law introduced us to this shampoo and conditioner a little while, like years ago, and I just fell in love with it, and it works so good. So we just continue to use it. But just all natural ingredients. Our soaps that we usually get them from the Soap Shack, a local little soap making company, or we get it from Live Simple Farms, again, local company where they're just trying to use good ingredients, good wholesome ingredients. And they take pride in their work as well. Deodorant. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, so the soaps are pretty minimal in the ingredients and no like
additives or preservatives.
Yeah, the additives would be essential oils.
The phthalates as well.
Right.
No sulfites, no sulfates, no phthalates, those sorts of things, which are not good for us to have.
Right. Deodorants, you were saying?
Yeah, deodorants. I get mine from Live Simple Farms. I think you just use a salt stick, don't you?
Yeah, I go in different, move it around a bit, but you can get a chunk of sea salt, and you could use that as a deodorant on your armpits if you like. Typically it's just moistened, and then you do your thing with it. So it would just be like I don't have one handy, a chunk of sea salt. Alternatively, traveling, sometimes I take a small little spray bottle with salted water and tea tree oil in that. And if we're traveling or just in a quick little travel bag, a little spray bottle, that would spray each and just kind of spread that around. So the salt. So in that I try to mix that, so you want to get as much salt in there as you can. Not that it's so salty it doesn't come out the spray, right? You got to get find that what is the proper term there? The balance of not too much salt, that it's solid in the water. There's another word for it. It's eluding me.
Dissolve? No. Okay.
Anyway, there's that. For deodorant.
And there's lots of recipes online that you can make yourself as well. So when you think about your beauty care, just think about what are you putting on, and if you're moving or transitioning to this lifestyle of more holistic health, that's one area that you can think about. I know that I get my makeup from Young Living. Not that I wear a lot of it, but that's where I do get my makeup from. And sometimes there's people locally that will make makeup. I know I bought some from Live Simple years ago when I still have it, which probably isn't good. But it's always also good to ask your esthetician as well, because they are so knowledgeable in the products. And so if you get a product and you're like, I don't know what's in this, and they can tell you what those products are as well. So that is skincare. But if you're putting it on every day all over your body, pay attention to what's in it.
Also, personally and individually would also be your level of health, I guess. Like if you're overloaded and you're constantly detoxing and you're using products like that, your system is just working so hard at detoxing, you're probably not actually detoxing some of those additives and stuff out of your system. Reducing the load on your system for detoxing by changing the product might help you to bring your lymphatic system a bit of a break, so it can catch up, or maybe actually remove some other, rather than just what's coming on currently, what you're putting on today, but the stuff that's been sitting in your system for a while, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. So,
and whatever toxins our body can't get rid of, we store in our fat cells.
Yeah.
So if you are struggling with holding on to weight, specifically around your hips, your thighs, that could be a sign as well that you just too much toxic load. So, you know, really reducing that toxic load it can help with that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
on all fronts. So let's move away from
beauty,
self-care, beauty to pick one.
Well, glass containers.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. So a lot of people carry around water bottles these days, which is great for people having the opportunity to stay well hydrated as you're going about your day all day long. But I would recommend, wherever possible, and even for storage, like if you're storing food product and stuff and carrying that around in a bag to go to a sporting activity or to an event, or even in your refrigerator, and it's going to be in there for a couple of days, using glass versus plastic wherever possible, just to minimize for the environment itself on the amount of plastic that you're using, and then that goes back out into the environment, into the garbage, and needs recycling and huge amount of resources for recycling. But the microparticles of plastic that sometimes shed or break off or fall off or deteriorate into the water that you might drink from that plastic water bottle, or
into the food.
So wherever possible, you could avoid plastics and aim for glass containers. Now, certainly, if you got little kids and you're going to give them a glass bottle to go run around with it in their backpack and smash it, that maybe doesn't make sense.
But you could do a stainless steel water bottle.
But you could do a stainless steel water bottle in that scenario. So there are ways around that. So minimizing the use of plastic for the environment itself and for your own benefit, and not ingesting microplastics, microparticles of plastics.
Yes, and I was really conscious of this with our daughter Gabby. So since a very young age, I've put all of her food that she takes to school in glass containers, because I know the effects of leaching plastic, how it can affect your hormones, and I didn't want her hormones to be messed up. I wanted them to be as balanced as possible as she approaches into, puberty and beyond. And then even now it's all glass containers, and so her backpack, she'd be like 6 years old and her backpack would be so heavy because I would have so many glass containers. I guess I should have went to stainless steel. That would have been a little bit lighter, but anyway, she understands and she got used to it, so that's fine.
So use glass where you can.
Water filter.
Yes, you can talk about that one.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's important to filter your water, especially if you're living in the city and you're using city water, because they do treat the water. So by treating the water, you've got chlorine in it, you've got fluoride in it. So a lot of these things that, again, too much toxic load on your body. And I've seen it actually come up on hair analysis tests for some of my clients looking at sensitivities. Actually, I see plastic come up quite often, and I also see chlorine come up as well. So having a filter that you can filter your water with, there's even little filters you can get to put on your shower heads, so you can filter the chlorine out of the shower heads as well. So again, it's in small amounts, it's okay, but in large amounts daily, day in, day out, it's going to, it's not going to, but it can create some imbalances and create problems. So if you live in the country, you can think about getting your water tested, just because we also have the opposite of that. It's not treated. So there's opportunity for E. coli and bacteria and that kind of thing. And so if you get out of balance in your digestive system by ingesting some of that bacteria, that can make you feel ill as well. So thinking about getting some kind of filtration system there, not a filtration system, but thinking about getting it tested. I know a lot of people in the country will get filters in because we live in farming areas, and sometimes just to be sure, they have the ultraviolet lights to shine to kill the bacteria. But it's nice to get all those nice natural minerals from country water, which is good. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, you want to talk?
No, go ahead.
We're going to go to EMFs.
Yeah. So EMFs, which are electrical, why am I magnetic frequencies.
Mhm.
So stuff that would be coming off of your cell phone or your device or your tablet or whatever, or your router at home, right? So as energetic beings, we have an energy systems, and ideally you want those running in nice balance and nice harmony. So the potency or the intensity of your internet certainly will have an effect on your energetic system. Some people are far more sensitive than others. Maybe someone who has a very strong energetic system could probably get around and not have issues, but I have heard lots of stories of some people who can't sleep well, who get headaches, who all kinds of issues with cognition. And when they change things in the house, turn routers off, put phones in airplane mode, or reduce things, some of those problems, challenges go away. So you can simply just be aware of reducing the amount of Wi-Fi or cellular data that you're exposed to by wherever you can, maybe not carrying your phone, especially if it's on your cellular data on your body, or at a minimum, especially if you're carrying it up in a pocket near your heart would be affecting your heart. If you're wearing it below, back pocket, it may have some effect on sexual organs, for example, or if you're sitting with a device in your lap and it's sitting right over top of your private area. Those are probably spaces you want to try to minimize. And there is technology out there that you can have, like lap mats, that will help cut off and break out some of the EMFs from transitioning down into your lap, for example.
And there's clothing as well. And I know some health practitioners will specifically use the clothing when they are traveling. So if they're flying somewhere, they get the hat, they get the clothes that will try to help block as much EMF as possible. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't, if you're not there in buying more clothing or new clothing, like I say, you can just try to minimize it. Like I say, you can simply turn your phone into airplane mode. Like if you're not expecting on a call, right? Like what did we do 20 years ago? You didn't get your phone call to the phone on the wall rang, but you didn't sit around like, well, maybe if you had a hot date or something, you were anticipating the phone to ring. But what I'm saying is, if you're driving to town, like if I were to drive to town, it's a 10-minute drive, and Tricia wanted me to get something more at the grocery store, am I going to need to know that while I'm en route from the A to B? No, I put the phone in airplane mode. I travel into the grocery store, and then before I go in the store, I turn the phone on, check text and voicemail, see if anything has come in while I was driving. And then she maybe said, oh yeah, we need more almond milk. So then I throw that on the list and away we go. But using airplane mode there, in that type of situation, or if the phone is on, I don't keep it on my body in the car. I put it on the passenger seat or the other side of the car, or somewhere off of me or away from me whenever possible. At home, if you have a router, you could look to have your put it on a timer so that the router goes off overnight while you're sleeping, and then maybe your sleep becomes more restorative and more beneficial than not being interrupted by your router, or the placement of your router. Like if the router is downstairs and your bed is directly above the router, maybe having the router moved in a different spot in the house is good. But again, if you're having the router turned off overnight with just a timer, right? Like if it clicks off at 11 p.m. comes back on at 6 a.m. when you wake up, though, then you got 6 or 8 hours of none of that flying around your body while you sleep. That's beneficial.
I think that's made a really big difference for my sleep. Like I think I sleep so much better and so much more so much deeper with the router off. If one of the kids ends up turning the router on and bypassing our timer because they want to play games with their kids, like on a Saturday night or something, I feel it. I can feel that it's just less productive sleep, I guess. So. And then having the accumulation of like night after night after night of having the router off, and I know all of us put our phones in airplane mode, so we're just trying to minimize as much as possible, but I think it makes a difference for sure.
Yeah, that's another one I did mention. Like you just mentioned, overnight your phone as well. I know a lot of people tend to keep their phone nearby while they sleep. But yeah, I would say if you can, put it in airplane mode, and especially maybe not have it on the nightstand, which is a foot from your head. Even if it can be in the bottom drawer on your nightstand, just so it's an extra foot or an extra 2 feet away from your body. Even when it's in airplane mode, the battery off, it's going to emit a small amount, not a huge deal. But anyway, it doesn't need to be like 6 inches from your head. Okay, let's.
And then.
Oh, right. This is good.
Well, we talked about purifying your air.
Right. Water. But sorry, we talked about purifying water. Now you want to talk about purifying air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said, right? Purifying the air. Yes. So we use plants. We have a lot of plants around the house. We have about a plant in every room, except for the kids' rooms.
I've put them in, but then they don't get watered.
But there is a lot of plants in our kitchen. Normally, it's just a good spot to grow plants. It just gets lots of nice southern light. So, and then we've got our seedlings there started. So lots of plants there, but also just, having plants. And there's some plants that are better air purifiers than others, the snake plant, aloe vera, and they're easy to grow. Like you just really can't kill them. So get some plants. I love having plants in the house. I would, every time I go into Giant Tiger, they always have like tons of plants and I always end up buying one.
Right.
Yeah, but it's okay. But plants to purify the air. You can get air purifiers in your home. I don't really know much about that. We haven't really dived into that at all here, just because we live in the country and we usually open up the windows and just let natural air flow through the house. So
that's a good one too. If you can leave your bedroom window open a crack as you sleep to get a little bit of fresh air through and into your room and into your lungs while you're sleeping, that's always great too.
Yeah. And then the last one we were going to talk about is energy clearing of your space as well.
Yeah, of your space or yourself. So you can think, right, like we say, if I've mentioned before, like your chakras may get out of balance, or you may have a stagnation, or things might not be flowing in the right way or best way for you personally, where an energy medicine session can help bring balance back to that. You can also think of the space, your house, your bedroom, your whichever maybe room or office that you spend a lot of time in. Maybe it is become stagnant or stuck with energy. Like if you're finding you're in your workspace and you've got like no creativity, there's a block of creativity, maybe it's not necessarily you, maybe it's the space itself that needs some flow and some movement through it. So you can use that just that alone, a swaying side to side S pattern with the power of your own hands to kind of flow through in the visualization intention of your mind to help move or flow energy through a space. Now, there's a variety of ways to do that, but that's a simple concept in that. So when you do that, maybe then, things move and free up. So maybe you operating within that space is good for your benefit of creativity or productivity, that kind of thing. And that too, if you do that stuff in and around the room that your router is into, there's some benefit to that, helping to move that energy and flow it out. Or you can think of using the intention of grounding that energy down to Mother Earth rather than it being scattered all over your house, helping to ground it down and away from you. And then the other one I would mention is often you hear the word, if you've heard of the word smudging or sacred smoke. So I've got a couple of sage bundles here, but now you can use that through a variety of means by lighting the bundle itself or working in an oyster shell there, clam shell that is, and put some loose sage in and then light it. And then you can use the smoke to waft the smoke around, and there's a variety of rituals and things and ways that you'd like to do it. But just the intention in your mind's eye is the biggest thing. That the smoke in a lot of indigenous cultures is considered sacred or cleansing or clearing or cleaning. And sometimes you can look to waft the smoke around with a feather of some kind if you have something, or you could literally just use your hand. Or if you lit the end of the bundle of cedar or sage itself, you could walk around the room and you could do figure 8 patterns or those S patterns with something like this in your hand and combine the two. So anyway, there's lots of options there to clear the space of energies that maybe aren't so beneficial for you. and this is not on our website, but this is a new thing I've been working on, and I have only done one outside of our own home, but I have done one in someone else's home. I've been invited in to do energy clearing and some sacred smoke clearing of their space. And again, with that individual shared some really positive feedback that they felt that the space was much lighter and cleaner and not as heavy as it previously was, and they felt really good in their space over the next few days. I haven't followed up since, but that was the initial over those first few days. So you can think of that: smudging, smoking, sacred smoke, or cleansing, clearing that way. So there's some good ones. All right, let's stop with the cleaning up your environment.
Yeah, so there's lots there.
There's lots.
We probably could have done a whole month on just detoxing your environment, but
certainly more
start
ideas.
small and just keep going. We can always, look to improve our toxic load around us. So
sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and going forward, coming up in May, new month coming up here shortly, we're gonna transition into a new theme, a new topic, and that theme is going to be nature, spending time in nature, or outdoors, and the benefits of, or maybe ideas on how to do so. And we're probably not going to have one every week. We're probably just going to look for two. Because
we're going to be in nature.
We'll be outdoors doing our stuff, spring, continuing our spring stuff. But I count on two tea times in May. All right. We're good. I got a tiny bit, a couple of drops left. All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And,
cheers.
Cheers. We'll see you soon. Bye.